Welcome back to Hold the Phone YouTube. Here are our best bets for Tuesday, August 12th. We have a hell of a rundown, a three-leg MLB parlay that will win today. We have one NRFI, one simple 6 outs for the rest of our life. And then, once again, we're going to continue the train on track with a win total from the NFL, a future. These are investments, not futures, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 10.5 win team win total. No glue guy today, no loop, hang gliding accident. With that being said, we will dive feet first into an MLB parlay into the dog days of summer. We are counting down the days until football is officially back. Obviously, we watched 47 hours of NFL football this past weekend, the first week of preseason ball. However, until then, we're going to continue to do MLB parlays until our eyes bleed. With leg number one, we travel into a very interesting series, a series that means way more than what people would have intended for in August. But the Phillies versus the Reds, we're going to roll with Ranger Suarez and the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line. We're going to fade the Reds in Great American Ballpark in game 2 of a series. Going to back the Rifle Ranger in this one. We're not going to beat around the bush. Leg number 2, give us the Guardians on the money line, as they are in the comfort of their own home, also making a playoff push against the Miami Marlins. They are right on the border of the AL wild card, fighting tooth and nail in that little circle between the Texas Rangers, the New York Yankees, and now coming up for the final lap here in the MLB season, the Cleveland Guardians. So we're going to ride with the Guardians. And for our third and final leg, the sky's been falling for the New York Mets on the road. However, at home, they're about 17 games above 500. Let's rock and roll with the Mets on the money line. So for on a Tuesday night, a wonderful, beautiful Tuesday night, we're going to rock with the Phillies on the money line against the Reds, the Cleveland Guardians on the money line as they continue their AL wildcard push, and the New York Mets to get the train back on track at home against the in-division rival Atlanta Braves. I don't mind Clay Holmes on the bump. Obviously, like I said, we're rocking with Ranger Suarez and Mr. Logan Allen going for the Cleveland Guardians. There's 3 teams. Look, fellas, we need to hit one of these. We need it. We need parlays to come home to build some sort of mojo heading into October in the MLB playoffs and on the diamond. So for fuck's sake, let's see something come home. 3 legs. You would think we were playing the lottery on the diamond, but let's continue on down the line. We have one NRFI that's going to hit. And it's going to come out in Milwaukee. It's Paul Skeens. It's Freddie Peralta. Show us the NRFI between the Brewers and the Pirates and the fucking Brewers. No need for Milwaukee to score a run in the first against Paul Skeens. And then please, it feels like every narrative is that Paul Skeens never gets run support. Well, let's see no runs scored in the first inning on the road for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Peralta gets us 3. Paul Skeens gets us 3. It's probably going to be around minus 160, but hell, if we throw $160 on it, we'll pick up $100 off the floor. Show us 3 outs in the top, 3 outs in the bottom, a simple 6 outs out in the Midwest between Paul Skeens and Freddie Peralta. And now let's get into the good stuff. We kind of just sprint through the MLB diamond because now it's time. Now it's time for a very special team win total. Today, we get to the bottom of it, whether or not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go over or under their 10.5 team win total in the toilet division, the garbage disposal of the NFC South. NFC South, ladies and gents, is dog shit. I mean, both Southern divisions. AFC South sucks. NFC South sucks. Maybe they'll start to round a corner, but at the end of the day, pretty mid. pretty mid. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the reigning, defending NFC champs, NFC South champs, we're going to go week by week. Week by week. Look, they added some weapons. They lose their O coordinator. They lose their D coordinator. Usually that's when the sky falls. However, you still have Jalen McMillan, who had a hell of a rookie season to add on with Mr. Mike Evans, who continues to go for 1,000 years since I was conceived. And now you add in Emeka Egbuka, the Ohio State gentleman. They have a three-headed monster, and then you wait for Chris Godwin to get back. This team has some weapons. If the defense can continue to look, they're continuing to upgrade their O-line. Graham Barton, shout out the center, the Duke Blue Devil. Look, we're gonna go week by week here. Week number 1 in Atlanta is a win. Baker Mayfield and the boys got season swept last year against the Atlanta Falcons. They're beyond due to get a win against this Atlanta team, and I will go to bat. I'll go to war with Baker Mayfield in my corner going against his first it's the first time he's truly having this team under his belt, going against the true rookie season of Michael Penix Jr. I'll rock and roll with Baker Mayfield against Michael Penix Jr. Look, it's week 1. If this game was in Atlanta week 5, 6, or later, with Michael Penix kind of getting more experience under his belt, I think it could be different. But a home opener, it's going to be high energy. I will roll with a veteran quarterback against basically a man in his rookie year, Michael Penix Jr. Give us Baker Mayfield and the boys to win week 1. Week number 2, for the sake of this team win total, we will give them a loss in Houston. It feels like 1-1 feels right for this Tampa Bay Bucs team starting their season on a road trip in Atlanta, in Houston. Week number 3, you come home against the Jets. That's a win. Week number 4, they then welcome Philadelphia in the comfort of their own home. And we're giving the Bucs a win. How about that? We're giving the Bucs a win. Philly, just over the years, has had some struggles playing in Tampa. They got slapped in the wild card game a few seasons back. In general, they've struggled in Tampa. So we'll give them a massive win for the Tampa Bay Bucs in the comfort of their own home. Then week 5, they go out in the Pacific Northwest, travel across the country. That's a loss. Then they welcome the San Francisco 49ers, week number 6. That is a win. Look, Tampa is a tough place to play. They love to sling the rock. San Fran, a lot of question marks still with how their team's going to look with coming off last year injuries, a lot of moving pieces. No Ayuk. We love the Niners this year, but once again, you got a 49ers team traveling across the country. Give us the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home, coming off of a loss, bouncing back after the Seattle game. Week number 7 at home, that is in Detroit, is a loss. Hold on. Yeah, that's in Detroit. Pretty wild. Back-to-back years that the Bucs are playing in Detroit. They won this game last year. It was one of, I believe, 3 losses at home for Detroit. Tampa gave the Lions their first home loss. It was a very barn burner, low-scoring game. They kind of threw Jared Goff off. I believe that game was like 16-13, something really weird. I don't think the Lions make that same mistake this year. In Detroit, we will give the Bucs a loss, and then they bounce back in New Orleans against Tyler Slovic, whatever the fuck his name is, as a win. And then week 9, we head into the bye. The fellas are 5-3 heading into the bye. You're halfway through the season at a 10.5 team win total. You're knocking on the door. Luckily, you got a bunch of bullshit games left on the schedule. Coming out of the bye, week 10 versus the Pats at home. auto win. Not only is it a home game, but you're coming off the bye. Week 11, you then travel to Buffalo. That is a loss against the Bills. Week 12, in LA, back-to-back losses. We will give them a loss. We are giving a lot of losses here on the road versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but it's for the sake of this team win total. Week 13, you got to love this stretch of games if you have over 10.5. Week 13, at home versus Arizona is a win. Week 14, at home versus the dog shit Saints. That's a win. Week 15, you then welcome Michael Penix, a little bit more experience under his belt, but this time it's an in-division road game. Week 15 against the Falcons, that's another win. All of a sudden, the boys are starting to make a playoff push down there in Tampa, looking to make, defend the NFC South, looking for back-to-back years, winning the division. Week 16 versus the Panthers in Carolina, we'll give them a loss. We'll give them a loss because it's tough to win an in-division game this late in the year on the road. They skinnied out by the hairs of their ass cheeks last year in overtime against this Carolina team. So we'll give them a loss. Week 17 in Miami, who the hell knows what the Dolphins will look like at this point of the season. We will give them a win. And then you are sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sitting at 10 wins, over under 10.5 wins for the season. In week 18 at home versus the Panthers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go over their season win total, getting their 11th win in week 18 versus the Panthers. Look, I feel like we did that. We didn't go too crazy. All the games that it seems like they will lose, we gave them a loss. We didn't go too far outside of the box. In Houston, gave them a loss. Seattle, gave them a loss. At Detroit, loss. At Buffalo, loss. At LA, loss. In Carolina, gave them a loss. We have a season sweep over the Falcons, since they got season swept last year against the Falcons. Don't think that will be the same story based off of how their schedule plays out, and a season sweep over the Saints. But outside of that, we kind of the biggest game of the year will be week 1 and week 4 against the Falcons and the Eagles. This is a little bit more of a sketchy schedule for a 10.5 team win total as I expected, being in the NFC South for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But fellas, outside of that, we gave you our 3-leg parlay on the diamond. We gave you a NRFI out in Milwaukee, and we gave 11 wins for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know. It's a little sketchy. Finishing the season with 11 wins when we're giving them a win at home versus the Eagles. However, maybe they could skinny out one of these other games, maybe in Carolina, in Seattle, in Houston. But as always, that there's going to do it. That there's going to do it. August 2nd, or August 12th. We appreciate each and every single one of you. No loops today. No glue guy. As always, we'll see you on the other side.